Some of you may have noticed that I said in a prior segment here that Elvis Presley was not a songwriter. And you may have thought to yourself, haven't I seen him credited somewhere as a songwriter? And the answer is yes. Elvis Presley's manager, Colonel Tom Parker, routinely demanded a percentage of songwriting credit on songs that Elvis sang, even though he did not write them. This is a common business practice that is still in use plenty today. Managers, producers, radio programmers, ex-wives, record label executives, and all sorts of people over the years have demanded a piece of publishing credit, of writing credit, in exchange for various kinds of favors. Depending on your point of view, this is simply the cost of doing business with powerful people and can pay off huge. If you feel like what they're giving you in return for writing credit is fair, then that's fine. But if you are a stickler who believes that, if you are not in the room and the song is being written, you should not receive writing credit, this is an unfair practice. I want to leave you with one last tidbit about Elvis Presley, the songwriter. Years ago, Elvis wanted to cut a song that was written by a young female songwriter here in Nashville named Dolly Parton. He and Tom Parker asked for their usual cut, and she said no, she didn't want to share her publishing with anybody. So he ended up not recording it. It was unusual at the time and notable at the time because practically nobody said no to Elvis Presley. Years later, it became even more notable, this decision that Dolly Parton made to keep her own publishing on this song, because the song was called I Will Always Love You, and Whitney Houston recorded it. It was a smash monster radio hit. It was also included on the film The Bodyguard soundtrack, which sold millions of copies, and so it turned out to be a very, very wise decision for Dolly Parton to keep her own publishing, because if she had said yes to Elvis Presley all those years prior, the current owners of his publishing would have made a percentage of the money from the Whitney Houston hit. So you can see how this is always a game of trading off. Do you keep everything for yourself in the hopes that it's going to turn out to be huge, or do you share it with somebody else in the short term in exchange for some kind of favor or cash? It's an interesting game. Also another reason to love Dolly Parton for believing in herself.